So I'm not gonna do the whole background, but I do want to wet the area of the background on the right side, since this is where my light is coming from. Okay. And that should be sufficient right there. Saturate that with water. All right. Now I'm going to take my big brush with white, and starting from the outermost right edge, I'm going to pull inward and lay a little here. And the reason why I'm doing this is I just want to cushion the impact of this. Is to have a little of this white watercolor ease in the transition from white to blue, so it looks like the light is diminishing as it goes across. There we go. Breaking the rules. Okay. Some up here. Pull it across. A little bit of air. Alright, I'm going to do a little work with a small brush now. See, once again I'm going to try my best not to get my head in the frame of the camera. I'm not going to dilute this quite so much. And once again I want to look at, for instance, like right here, where that ridge is a little sharp. I just want to swipe it down a bit. And strengthen the top. Strengthen the top. And take away the sharpness right here. Make for a smoother transition. There we go. Same. I just want to strengthen the top. Light. Very little water, if any. You have to have some water, but I don't want to keep having to go back to make this adjustment. So I've got a little right there. I also think I'm in need of a little clarity of my table edge, tablecloth edge. So I'm going to hit this back area with a little light as well. There we go. Okay. Now you're thinking, well, aren't you being picky? I thought you said not to be picky. No, I'm not being picky because you can't really see the slight irregularities in brushwork because you're not as close up to it as I am. So that's still going to add a sense of freshness to it and keep it from having a look that you might expect in a acrylic or oil painting. Okay, I think I'm going to stop working on this. I still don't like that green being still quite so green. So I tell you what I'm going to do. Give me a chance to introduce another material. And this is something I talk more about in the drawing watercolor demonstration. But these are watercolor pencils. They look just like colored pencils, but they become fluid, or they're activated. The watercolor is activated when they're dipped in water. So what I'm going to do is dip the tip of this in water, and I've got, it's like a burnt sienna here. And I'm going to work some of this right over the top. You may not be able to see that very much. So I'm going to look for black. And you can also use the side. You don't have to use the point. And what I want is a little less of the green being so consistent within the entire shape. And I want this to get sucked into the background. So if I can create, I'm even going to use a little bit of drawing marks back here. Hopefully I won't get myself into trouble in terms of repetition or design, but just to saturate it with another color, or in this case a neutral, to help strike down the color. I'm going to leave it at that. So the next time you see this, I'm going to have it untaped so you can see it with a nice clean margin. But just to give you an idea of how you can alter and change by layering, and even not necessarily adding complexity to a design by adding a lot of things, but just breaking up the space around the peach by adding something as simple as the appearance of folds or something in the distance like the edge of a doorway, just to add a little more design complexity. So again, perhaps what I'll do is I'll send you a still of this rather than a video that talks about or that shows you the end product. Okay, thank you.